Hello and welcome friends, MSTerrainLab here with another video, and today we will have a look on the other side of the board. You can see there is a lot of buildings already standing, but also there are a few missing. Nonetheless, I will just guide you through what is already there. Now let's focus on the first one here. So you can see there is some open courtyard. Close to the river can be some dockyard or a place like that, and here you have one of those hidden light switches. I mean, now it's really visible, but with all the paint and everything on, I hope it it will disappear. And yeah, here you have this kind of gatehouse leading to this courtyard. Like with all my other buildings, everything is destroyed, and some open spaces and a lot of access. I mean, as much as possible with such tight structures. I mean, really close to each other, and of course the top part is removable. As you can see inside, I didn't finish the floor, but everything with time. All those structures here are supposed to be one long chain of houses, and of course it's really hard to do something like that and also make it accessible for miniatures to be there. So idea here is basically to make every second or third house kind of half destroyed, so you still can place your hands there, but it still kind of looks like the house is supposed to be there in those open spaces. That was kind of a challenge here, and something I was trying to focus on. And yeah, here you have the battery spot to power all the ground lights. And extra light in this house. It's from the other side of the building. Not yet there, I just left the cables out because all the painting and moving around and final touches like that, it will be just nightmare to have those lights there. And yeah, now we're just going through all the buildings, as you can see. As I mentioned before, this focus of having half-standing structures and really great illusion of those houses that are kind of not there. So it's, I mean, this illusion of continuity of the buildings. Some open spaces as much as possible, so even though the houses look quite closed, there is still a lot of space for miniatures to be placed on. Some 3D printed windows there. Yeah, all of those will be removed and painted separately. It will be much easier. Some balconies leading to the river area. Platforms. Maybe we'll place some crane or something like that here. I'm not sure yet. And that's one big piece here, hiding beneath the connection of 4 tiles. Yeah, like in other videos I was mentioning it before. With this project I was really trying to make the connection points between the tiles really not so visible. And here you have another battery spot for the ground lights. Also some unconventional ground levels, as you can see with this one. Yeah, it's like a building on top of a building kind of situation here, but I mean, it's working. It's also interesting to work in that way, trying to figure it out new ways of placing the buildings on top of each other and how everything kind of looks together. The same thing here, like open space, but looks like, at least for me, it looks like the buildings was there, it's just collapsed, and of course there is no rubble, there is nothing yet there, but everything with time. And here we have another kind of gatehouse. Top-down view on this building here. Yeah, the same situation. Removable and 2 tiles are meeting under. And of course another light battery space. And now we are on the other side of the buildings. It's quite open space here, so it would be easy to place miniatures and move them around. And some basements under unfinished buildings. I'll make it happen in upcoming future. And here you have overall look on the other side. And the light switch, I mean, it's a little wobbly right now. As you can see, it's I mean, it's not perfect, but it's working. That's most important. And with such a simple kind of mechanism, I'm not afraid of pouring water or a PVA or things like that on top of it. I mean, there's nothing to break there. I mean, 1 screw and 2 screw heads. So yeah, simple and effective. You can see this open space here, so plenty of space to put the miniatures and walk around. And with the houses like that, it's always a situation. I mean, I want to make them look great, and it's of course nice to keep the architectural integrity of the scene, but also make as much space as possible for miniatures to be placed. You know, those inner floors, openings. I mean, it's always easy to make it too narrow, and then it's in fact it's a choke point. So during the gameplay, it's quite hard to get through. It's really nice to block it with your miniatures, put some ambush and things like that. And with such a complicated board, there's a lot of places where situations like that can happen. That's why, you know, as I said before, I'm trying to avoid creating spots like that. But if it will happen, and of course it's happening, then I'm trying to add an extra path around it, close to it. So you can block one path, but there's a few more around it. So it's not that easy to defend all those kind of narrow spots and places. And of course, to be able to easy access all those narrow paths with your hand. Also measuring and moving miniatures around. I mean, as easy as it's possible. because it's really packed environment with all those houses, all those structures. So that's kind of the biggest issue here, in my opinion. Because creating buildings is not that hard to do when a project is going, you know, you're in a flow. I'm just sitting and creating one after another and just trying to make it structurally coherent and visually nice and appealing. But, you know, that's possible. And yeah, so we're on a small rant here, guys, talking about maybe not the buildings, but overall kind of structure and idea behind this board. But in my previous videos I was telling you all about how I'm approaching building and putting things together, so I just don't want to repeat myself over and over again, so that's why we had this small rant. Hope you enjoyed that, and see you in the next episode, hopefully soon. Signing out.